Hey, what up, people? It's your girl, Udoc. U to the D to the U, A K A. So, as the title already says, today is actually gonna be a story time. Trust me, it took me a lot of time to know exactly what I was going to talk about. I had to go through stuff, but notwithstanding, trust me, I have something very spicy and interesting to drop today. So stay tuned. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and support your girl. Please subscribe, no jokes. Don't be stingy with my videos, to share it with your friends if you find it interesting and if you resonate with any of the stories or you follow. So just drop it down in the comment section. Let's laugh it out and talk about it. So let's get right into the video. I'm looking so clouded up today, like
I dream I know deep up my feelings for you. Watch them grow, perceive devote. This is the seed, like the show.
Okay, so anytime I'm always going to try to do a video, or I've been able to summon all the courage to do something, like this video took me, like, to be very honest, 3 weeks to plan it. It's either they take the lights or something else will just happen, and then I'll have to like postpone it to some other day. And trust me, if I don't do this video and I clean up this makeup that I've managed to do today, it's not going to happen throughout this month again. So let me just use the reflection from my window and try and set stuff out. So like I said, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, support your girl. I was just breaking up from a very toxic relationship, so I felt, oh, it's better to just take the time off, and heal up from the relationship. That time it was really hard on me, plus school, plus everything that happened, but to the glory of God, I was able to get over some stuff. So this is me going out to get stuff outside my hostel at the time, and I met this very amazing person. He stopped me, he was driving, and I heard a horn, and for some reason, I don't know about you, I don't like a guy that stays in the car in his car to talk to me. I mean, I prefer you to calm down, excuse me, and then you talk. Don't just on and be like from the window, how are you? I won't even stop. So all the signs that actually make me feel like, oh, he's actually a very reasonable person, was that he stopped by and he came down from his car, and then we started talking. I was like, oh, please, I'm actually in a hurry, can we get to talk later? Do I get your contact to something? And it was so cool. I was like, okay, no problem, let's do it. I just gave her my number and we started talking. The vibe and the connection was there. So we couldn't really see that day. We had to schedule a date for next week because I had some stuff to do and he was equally busy. We kept postponing. He'd be like on Wednesday, I'll be like, okay, I'm not sure Wednesday, but Thursday. When it comes to Thursday, he'd be like, oh, something came up. So throughout that week, we only talked on phone and we used to chat a lot, and he'd be telling me how much he really liked me, my person, all those shit, all those regular stuff. And it was all cool because we kind of had this vibe, this connection, the same experience. You know, we had similar stuff going on in our lives. So I felt okay. Last we still had to like settle, we still had to like have someone, and then I agreed to go into a relationship with him. To go on a date with him. Sorry, first. So we went out to one very nice eatery, and then that's when he popped the question, the very first date, because we did most of the dates talking over the phone. It was like, can we get to know ourselves? Oh, yada yada yada. I did notice some stuff, like red flags, stuff that would have actually made me like take a step back and be like, hello, chill. But I chose to ignore. He was always this very clingy kind of person. While he's talking, he's like, fine girl, like, I like you. I'm like, chill. But for some reason, I was just making mental excuses like, maybe he's just a little touchy, clingy. Maybe when he gets to know me that I do not like it like that, he gets stopped. Because already when you know you like somebody, that's why it's not good to like somebody. I already feel, I mean, I was excited when we were supposed to go out. So already it was clear that I didn't like him. So maybe that was why he was just taking advantage of the whole situation. So fast forward to when we like the whole thing started going on. I was just putting all my best. Now I'm in school. I have a lot of stuff to do. My schoolwork, everything. But I always create time for this person, and he was always there. You know when someone calls you like 4 times in a day to know how you're doing, when he comes around to the hostel, whatever it is you need. Oh, I'm sure you need this. Your reading lamp is not really that bright again. Let me get, you know, he was just getting very, very close to me. He was not fronting any like intimacy whatsoever. He was just making me fall more, because he noticed that whenever he tries to touch me, I'll be like, no. Do you understand? So my guy had to chill. He felt I was going to be this girl that maybe with time I'll fall for his whatever. So he now chose to like chill. He wasn't even asking about it anymore. Now he's not inviting me over to his house, and I went to his house one day, and I noticed that I mean, please don't get it all wrong. A lot of guys have tests. A lot of guys are neat. But I had this intuition. Every lady has it. Everybody, in fact, not just ladies. So when I stepped into his house the very first time I went to visit, I noticed that his kitchen was stocked up like crayfish. This is someone that says he doesn't know how to cook. Yeah, crayfish, fish. I mean, everything was just coordinated, and like not like a typical bachelor. Please, nobody should come from me, because like I said earlier, disclaimer, I know guys, some guys have tests, some guys have their life going, but it is not really like a typical bachelor wouldn't have. So like what I'm about to count, like what I'm about to mention, a lot of guys don't really have it that coordinated. Why am I stressed up? Well, whatever. Like I had the intuition that this guy might have somebody, because like I said, everything was just filled up, gari. The kitchen was plenty plates, and then I saw his closet. It was well arranged, clean. Everything was just too plain to be like a bachelor in quotes. But I still, like, I was just like what I was about saying, I still understood that some guys do have their life well coordinated. No, you don't have to have a lady before your life is planned out. I still waved out. This particular room he now locked. He said he doesn't like people going in there. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. Now started spending time together. We became very clingy. I was not, because in my mind, like, of course it's a relationship. This is getting to like a month or two getting to know you, so let's just take things slow. Why the need of holding back and stuff? Though we did not get like sexually, but you know, holding, cuddling and stuff. So I noticed that every weekend, for me, I feel the way I tend to express the way I love you is I'll take you. I don't know if people will come for me as we acting like wifey, acting like a wifey for a boyfriend, someone that's not put a ring on it, but I tend to be more involved in your life. I want to coordinate how you eat, how your clothes, your house, everything should be in order. So that's what I was just trying to do. I noticed that whenever I wanted to make food, instead of like going to buy food every day, he'd be like, don't worry, you don't have to. Okay. But this guy has everything in, I mean, everything I would want. I won't even have to go to the market to get anything. But he'd be like, don't worry, rather buy food. I was like, okay, no problem. Now started coming, visiting, plus I couldn't really go every day. It was just like some weekends and not all. He does most of the coming to see me instead because of school stuff. So whenever he'd be calling me, oh, how are you? Do I drop you off in school today? See, the whole relationship was everything perfect. When you say good, so good to be true. financially, he was so available in every ramification. This me falling so hard, like, oh, I'm in a relationship. I called my friend, I was like, girl, we're moving. I was so happy. In fact, I remember calling my friend Katie. Shout out to Katie, you watch this video. I was like, Katie, more God has done it to finally move, more to having that's so rubbish. Like, we finally moved, though. We finally found the one, though. More thank God that good things happen when you wait. I was even preaching. Like, I was telling you about a relationship. I was like, don't worry that everything will fall into place with time. Don't worry, just chill. Really, like I've arrived. Okay. The very first thing he did that got me like shaking was, now, you met me in the beginning of the semester, and then it's getting to like exams period. That's like the third, fourth month of us getting to know ourselves. Now, you know I will need all the attention. I'm already used to you calling me every now and then. If my phone rings, I am dead sure that you're the one calling. So I'll get back from school and I'll be reading. I'll not pick up my phone to be like, hey, let me speak with my boyfriend. One day I called. He didn't pick up the very first time. I was like, okay, maybe he's busy. That was quite strange. The second time, he didn't. And I chilled. I was like, okay, let me give him space. No, maybe he's so occupied or something. After 3 hours of loose guarding, I didn't just sit back because I was bothered. See, that sometimes I call somebody and I don't pick up. Like, I was just like, even my ex, like that time, people I'm in a relationship with, that sometimes I call you once or twice and you do not pick. Trust me, I will not even be bothered. My mind will not even go there. But that sometimes I call you just once. That one time, if you don't pick, hey God, what go through my mind there, the worst. So that day was one of those days. Like, I called the first time, you didn't pick. The second time, you didn't pick. So not to bother myself and bother you and act very childish, I had to like chill for like 3 more hours. Maybe I'll return the call. And then I wasn't just sitting there waiting. I slept so that I would just sleep away my worries. I woke up 3 hours, exactly 3 hours later, and I called. He didn't still pick or return the calls. And I went to WhatsApp. I saw he was online. And I messaged him. He didn't even read it. I was trying to hold back that urge of texting, like, why are you doing this to me? Why, I was like, hope you're okay. So that it's not look like, oh, this is it, what's up? He did not reply. It was now later, and I went to my friend's room upstairs only to be complaining because, when once your mind tells you stuff, my dear, it is very true. It's not all the days, like I said, that I'll call someone and you do not pick up that I'll be bothered. But that day, my intuition was just, I was messed up. And I went to my friend's room. I was just chilling, trying to forget my worries. And I received a call. I started calling him around 12. And I received a call from him around 8 p.m. Hey, babe. How are you? Sorry, I couldn't really pick up the call. I was very busy. Okay, how are you? How was school? I was like, oh, I was so worried. What happened? Where were you? I was just doing that interrogation, like questioning. I was like, don't even give me that attitude. That is what I don't like. You're going to push me away. What's that? I just told you work was very hectic today. To be the good girlfriend, the girlfriend that does not nag, I didn't even bother asking again. He just, he blackmailed me with the whole don't snag it to push me away thingy, the regular line that people guys usually use. I had to just chill, and well, it was really disturbing, and that was the beginning of the problem. After calling, we now spoke for hours. It's like, let me shower. I just got back home. Let me shower and then I'll call you back and stuff. I said, okay, no problem. We now spoke normal routine. I was not laughing. See me laughing so loud, like, didn't even try jokes. And that was aside. That was past. That was now past. Now the next morning he did call. Everything went back to normal. But that was like thinking about it, that was the very first start. I should have just added 1 or 2. In fact, I would have still known. When people be like, oh, he used you, he played you, my dear, there's nothing like, see, a guy that wants to play you, a guy that wants to take you seriously, it's the same act, the same way they used to do. So don't let anybody, in fact, let me leave you. pep talk rather. Let me leave the whole pep talk and focus on the story. So there's not how I would have known, even if I would have done all kind of investigation. What would that nothing? So I just let that slide.